My name is Micah, and I want to share with you the story of why I became a youth pastor. It's a little cold and windy today, so we're going inside. Although I grew up in the church, I cannot recall anything about Jesus until I was in junior high. That's right, I grew up in the church, I was around, but I wasn't a Christian. I wouldn't say I was saved. I wouldn't say I had an active relationship with Jesus. Nope. Not until a summer camp in junior high. I remember being at camp, there was an altar call. I can clearly remember thinking about Jesus probably for the first time in my life and turning to him. I was just overcome by his love for me, his grace, the mercy that he had towards me, a sinful person. I can recall that 180 turn towards him, out of darkness into light, out of sin and into righteousness. Such a beautiful moment for me as a junior higher. I slowly began to mature as a Christian. Keyword there, slowly. Hey, it takes time. It takes time to grow in your walk with Jesus. And that was me. It took me a long time. I had a lot of patient leaders and pastors in my life who graciously guided me along in my faith. But that was me. It took me a long time. I was in church. I was in weekly youth ministry and serving as best I could, playing music, just being around, going to conferences and going to camps and retreats. And I was in, as a Christian, I was like, I'm all in. I'm going for it. This is my life now. I'm in. And during those years, my leaders, different people in my life had planted seeds of leadership. They would say, Micah, I believe God is asking you to be a leader. And I heard this numerous times. Micah, you're going to be a leader. You're going to be a great leader. But I was kind of a rascally kid. I was mean. I didn't listen. I was kind of rebellious. I was kind of prideful. And it took me a long time to get it in my head and my heart that God was asking me to lead. And it really didn't stick for a long time. Oh man, thank you, Jesus, for being gracious with me and patient. It wasn't until I landed at New Hope Christian Fellowship in Hawaii in 2003 that leadership began to make sense to me. Listen, I was so green. I was so new. I was so young as a leader, but I was in the perfect environment. I had great pastors. I had great covering, great peers around me, mentors, jumping into Bible college. I mean, it was just the perfect environment for me. I was supposed to stay in Hawaii for 2 months. I stayed there for 11 years. That's how good it was. It was during this season at New Hope that God deeply confirmed in my heart, Micah, you're never just going to sit as an attendee again, but you're going to lead people. You're going to be a shepherd. You're going to serve and take care of people. But I remember my pastor in Hawaii coming to me and saying, hey, Micah, would you like to lead our tweens ministry? I was about to get married at that time. I was in Bible college. And man, I was so excited. I was like, yes, please sign me up. It was so humbling that it was actually like happening. I began to walk it out from an intern to leading the tween ministry to pastoring junior high and then high school and then college and then overseeing the student ministries. Like, this was so humbling for me. And even though I'm not a youth pastor anymore, I still consider myself a pastor of youth. You know why? Because at home I got a junior higher, 2 tweens, a toddler, and a baby. And so I'm still a youth pastor and I'm still young at heart. In fact, if you'd like to play dodgeball, just call me anytime, any place. Oh wait, is it pickleball now? Pickleball. I'll play you pickleball too. Let's go. Hey, thanks for listening to my story. If you have any questions about youth ministry or leadership or being a youth pastor, feel free to comment below or click the link in the description to connect with me on Patreon. All right, for more conversation around youth ministry, click right here. I got you. Peace.